Hi, welcome to our channel of IGNOU Audiobooks, Indira Gandhi National Open University, School of Management Studies, SOMS, Certificate Programs. Certificate in Business Skills, CBS. CIC05 Microsoft Office. Block-1 Microsoft Windows. Unit-1 Windows Fundamentals. 1.0 Introduction. There are two types of programs every PC requires. These are operating system programs and application programs. An operating system is a set of programs that lets the user use the application programs on the PC. The most widely used operating system on PCs is DOS or Disk Operating System to be specific. DOS has been enhanced by a group of programs called Windows, which also provides some of the functions of the operating system. Some of the Windows functions duplicate or replace DOS functions, and others improve upon DOS functions. Although one may say that Windows is an operating system, but Windows cannot work without the disk operating system. There are other Windows programs which Microsoft has developed, like Windows 95, which is a complete operating system. Windows not only performs operating system functions but also provides application programs of its own. Many of the vendors have now started developing their products which are supported by Windows because of the popularity gained by the Windows package. Several application packages are now available that have been specifically written to run under Windows. These applications be used for basic and everyday tasks. These programs include a simple text editor, Notepad, a word processing program, Write, a graphics program, Paintbrush, a simple database program, Cardfile, a calculator, and several others. 1.1 Objectives. After going through this unit, you will be able to get familiar with basic concepts and elements of Windows. Know different parts of window. Types of icons. Exiting the window environment. 1.2 Starting Microsoft Windows. Switch on your computer and allow it to boot in the usual way. You will see a C prompt on your screen once the booting is complete. Ensure that the Windows software is loaded on your hard disk. If this is not loaded, ask your vendor to install the same for you. To start Windows, type Win at the C prompt and press Enter. The Win is the executable file, Win.x or Win.com, on the hard disk. This is created under the Windows directory on your hard disk. Windows usually takes 10 to 15 seconds to start. The first thing shown on starting is the Microsoft logo. Then the Program Manager is automatically run and continues to run as long as Windows is running. In some cases, the Win command is included into the AUTOEXEC BAT file, which does not allow the computer to give C prompt on the screen after booting, but loads the Windows software as well. If that is so, the first thing shown is the Microsoft logo. Then the Program Manager is automatically run and continues to run as long as Windows is running. 1.3 Basic Elements. Before you start working on Windows, there are a few basic terms you need to know. The rectangular areas of the screen, where one can work. As you can see, the cursor has come on the left corner of this rectangle and blinking, indicating that this is the start point of your work area. This is the background on which the windows appear. The small graphical symbols that represent applications such as word processing or graphics programs in Windows. The few of the icons which you generally see on your screen as you switch to window are as follows. Look at the screen. The Program Manager is the central point for almost all the work done in Windows. The Program Manager window displays icons for other groups of applications. Any of the applications can be started by double-clicking on the respective icon. As you click it once, you will see that the text below the icon darkens, and on second click the application program gets loaded. The related applications are arranged together under a group. The names and icons for the applications in the group are displayed in the group window. The following figure shows the graphical environment of Windows. Look at the screen.
1.4 Parts of a window. For the sake of simplicity, certain parts, such as title bar and menu bar, are common for most of the windows. Since the window parts of many of the window-based application software are common, this makes a person to understand and memorize faster. You will see that the button to maximize or to minimize always appear on the right top corner in all the windows. Similarly, the menu bar, the title bar, the control menu bar also appear at the same place for all the windows. This way, if you get familiar to one window, You will get familiar with the other windows too, as the meaning for each of the similar buttons remain the same. Depending upon the type of application, all windows, however, may not have every element. Look at the screen. Control menu box. It is in the upper left corner of each window. Clicking on the control menu box opens the control menu. The control menu can be used to move, size, and close a window while working with the keyboard. Title bar. It shows the name of the application, document, group, or a directory. Menu bar. It lists the available menus. A menu contains a list of actions or commands. Scroll bars. They are used to move through a document or a list when the entire document or list does not fit in the window. Maximize button. Clicking this button using the mouse enlarges the active window so that it fills the entire desktop. Minimize button. Clicking this button reduces the window to an icon and arranges it on the desktop. Minimizing the application window does not quit the application. Restore button. The maximize button is replaced by the restore button after the window is enlarged. Clicking this button returns the window to its previous size. Window border. It is the outside edge of the window. The window can be resized by lengthening or shortening the border. Insertion point. It is a flashing vertical bar that marks the place where text or graphics are to appear on typing or drawing. Mouse pointer. An arrow used for pointing items. It appears if the mouse is installed on the system. 1.5 types of windows. While working with applications, two types of windows appear on the desktop: application windows and windows. Inside the application window, an application window contains the running application. The application window has a title bar and menu bar. Another window called document window may appear inside an application window. This type of window may contain documents, groups in Program Manager, or directories in File Manager. In certain applications, more than one of these windows can be open at a time. For example, with File Manager, one of the main applications included with Windows, several directories can be viewed simultaneously. Each directory appears inside a separate window. The document windows share the menu bar of the application window, but not the title bar. 1.6 types of icons. The small graphical pictures that represent various types of applications and files are called icons. There are three types of icons. Description. Type program item icon. Represents the application that can be started from Windows. These icons can be found under the groups in the Program Manager. The program item icons can be moved from one group window to another. Application icon. Represents an application that is running but whose window is reduced to an icon. Group icon represents a group of related applications or a document window that was reduced to an icon. This icon is generally arranged at the lower edge of the application window. 1.7 Basic techniques for working in Windows. Windows offers an online tutorial in which one can practice working with a mouse and performing basic Windows tasks. To run TE tutorial, choose the Windows tutorial command from the help menu in Program Manager. Using a mouse is usually easier and faster than using the keyboard, but one needs to know both mouse and keyboard techniques to work in Windows. Almost all the functions in Windows can be performed using either the keyboard or a mouse. 1.7. 1 Basic mouse techniques. Generally, the mouse has two buttons where one is the primary mouse button and the other is secondary. In Windows, the left mouse button is set as the primary button by default. The primary button is used to perform the majority of the tasks, whereas the secondary button is manipulated by few of the Windows-based applications only. Term and meaning. Click to quickly press and release the primary mouse button to select a single item. Double-click to click the primary mouse button twice in rapid succession to carry out an action after the item is selected. Point to move the mouse until the mouse pointer on the screen points to the item of choice. Drag to press and hold down the primary mouse button while moving the mouse. Drag and drop. Pointing to the item of choice, press and hold down the primary mouse button while moving the mouse. Release the mouse button on reaching the desired location to place the item. 1.7.2 Basic keyboard techniques. To close an active application window or quit an application, Alt plus F4. Close an active document window, Control plus F4. Move between items in a group window, an arrow key. Select an item or application, Tab. Start the selected application or restore the selected group icon. Enter. Switch between the running applications. Press and hold down Alt and repeatedly press. Tab. Start Help. F1. Open the control menu for an application window. Alt plus spacebar. A document window or a group window. Alt plus hyphen. Activate the menu bar. Alt or F10. Select a menu. Alt plus the underlined character in the menu name. Choose a menu command, an arrow key, enter or the underlined character in a command name. 1.8 Using menus. Each application window, and other windows as well, have menu names located on the menu bar. Commands, actions that can be carried out in Windows, are listed on menus. Along with the menus on the menu bar, each window also has a control menu. 1.8.1 Menus on the menu bar. The menu on the menu bar can be selected and opened by pointing it and then clicking the primary mouse button. After opening the menu, a command or a menu item can be selected by dragging the selection cursor down or up the menu until the menu item is highlighted and release the mouse button to execute the command. The menu can be closed by clicking the menu name or anywhere outside the menu. The same can be performed by pressing the ESC key on the keyboard, but the control remains on the menu bar. There are a number of menu conventions used in Windows, which are as follows. Menu convention and meaning. Dimmed, or not visible, command. The command cannot be used with the application at the current time. An ellipsis. Following a command, a dialog box appears on choosing the command. The dialog box contains options need to be selected before carrying out the command. A check mark, square root, to the left of a command, the command is in effect. By choosing command again the check mark is removed and the command is no longer in effect. A key combination to the right of a command. The key combination is a shortcut for choosing the command. Pressing the keys carry out the command without opening the menu. A triangle to the right of a command. On choosing this command, a cascading menu appears, listing additional commands. 1.8.2 Control menu. Application windows, document windows and their icons, and some dialog boxes have a control menu. The commands on the control menu allow one to work with a window. A window can be moved to a different location, or enlarged and even reduced to an icon using these commands. The commands on the control menu and the way this menu is opened vary. The control menu for windows and dialog boxes can be opened by selecting the control menu box in the upper left corner of the window or dialog box. The control menu for an icon is opened on selecting the icon. Some commonly found control menu commands are as follows. Restore. Restore the window to its former size after it is reduced to an icon or enlarged. Move. Move the window to another position by using the keyboard. Size. Change the size of the window by using the keyboard. Minimize. Reduce the window to an icon. Maximize. Enlarge the window to its maximum size. Close. Close the window or the dialog box and even quit the application. Switch to Open Task List, which enables to switch between running applications and to rearrange the windows and icons on the desktop. 1.9 Working with a dialog box. A dialog box supplies additional information to a command, required for the completion of a task. An ellipsis. After a menu command indicates that a dialog box will appear on choosing this command. Most dialog boxes contain options that can be selected. After specifying the options, one can choose a command button to carry out the command. Some other dialog boxes may display information, warnings, or error messages. Moving a dialog box is just like moving a window, by dragging the title bar or using the Move command on the control menu. 1.9.1 Types of options. One may need to select one or more options within a dialog box, and for this one need to move from one option to another. To move within a dialog box, one can either click that option or press Tab to move to the next option and Shift plus Tab to the previous option. The currently selected option is marked by the selection cursor, which appears as a dotted rectangle, a highlight, or both. The types of dialog box options are as follows. Look at the screen. Command button. A command button initiates an immediate action, such as carrying out or cancelling a command. The OK, Cancel and Help buttons are common command buttons. They are often located along the bottom or on the right side of the dialog box. Some command buttons are marked with greater than signs, which expands the active dialog box. A command button containing an ellipsis opens another dialog box. Text box. A text box is used to type information. On moving to an empty text box, an insertion point appears to its far left side. List box. A list box displays a list of choices. If there are more choices than can fit in the box, scroll bars are provided to move quickly through the list. Usually only one item can be selected in a list box, and in some cases, more than one item can also be selected. Drop-down list box. A drop-down list box appears initially as a rectangular box containing the current selection. On selecting the down arrow in the square box at the right, a list of available choices appears. If there are more choices than can fit in the box, scroll bars are provided. Option buttons. Option buttons represent a group of mutually exclusive options. Only one option can be selected at a time. The selected option button contains a black dot. If one option is already selected, then the current option replaces it. Checkbox. A checkbox presents non-exclusive options, that is, more than one option can be selected at a time. Selected checkboxes contain an X. 1.9.2 closing a dialog box. When a command button is chosen, the dialog box is closed and the command is executed. The dialog box can also be closed to cancel a command. Choosing the OK command button closes the dialog box by carrying out the command, or the Enter key can also be pressed. To close the dialog box without carrying out a command, click the Cancel command button or press ESC. 1.10 Getting help. Windows provides online help to assist the user in working with Windows. Following are some ways to obtain help. Press F1 key to view a list of help topics for the application the user is working with. Click the Help command button to display information about working with the dialog box. Choose Help menu in any application to display a list of help commands. Thank you. Subscribe to our channel for more updates, and we will see you with the next chapter.